How do everybody, and welcome back to Royville Reads. My name is Steohen. Now, I don't know when this video is going to hit your airwaves. I don't know when I'm going to upload it, but I just did my review for in my world in the Through the Wormhole. I just did my review of Avatar Book 2 out of this compilation. Now, that being said, I did read the third book in this, and it is Star Trek Deep Space Nine Abyss. And there was a series of novels that were based around Section 31, the secret, clandestine, kind of evil, malevolent group within Starfleet, within the Federation. And I don't know if it was the first Section 31 book, but it was the third, well, roughly the third book. It takes place right after the Avatar duology. And it definitely is a direct continuation, because in the Avatar duology, the station was crippled. It didn't have its fusion core because of something that had happened in the Avatar duology. Nog comes up with a plan, so he decides that they're going to get Empok Nor. If you are familiar with some of the episodes that it was in, it's basically another DS9 type station of the Cardassians. They go and get it, they bring it back, and then a lot of the subplot for Nog is going through and helping getting that fusion core from Empok Nor to Terok Nor, Deep Space Nine. So this book, the Abyss, is pretty much a direct continuation of Avatar. However, that being said, the book is very, very different. It was written by David Weddle, and Jeffrey Lang. So it's the second book there. And I don't know roughly how many pages it is, but it is taking Bashir and putting him front and center. So there is I think his name was Long or Cord. Now, I'm not going to take the time to look at it. Basically, a agent of Section 31 comes to Bashir and says, there's something that I need you to do. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. You have to go on this mission, because if you don't, dire consequences. And I know how to play you like a fiddle. And he, thankfully, which I really liked, he did not try to keep it secret. He went directly to his superiors and was like, hey, Section 31 was here and they need me to go on this mission, and here's what it's all about. And so all of the DS9 characters talk about it, and they get a plan, and Bashir and Ezri Dax, Ro Lauren, and the most horrible Jem'Hadar name, Terranatar, this are tasked with going on this mission. They use a runabout, the USS Euphrates. They're going on this mission to basically stop Dr. Evil from creating an army of Jem'Hadar and taking over the Federation, because it's in such dire straits after the Dominion War. With that premise, it basically becomes Star Trek DS9 meets James Bond. He goes and finds this man, and the reason why it had to be Bashir is because Bashir is an augment. His intelligence was augmented when he was young. This bad guy is basically the same thing. He was augmented when he was young. He's a doctor as well, and something happened during the Dominion War, and his family and his colony were destroyed because of the Cardassians, so he's going to make everybody pay, right? Standard, I'm Dr. Evil style. Actually, Dr. Evil. I mean, he's a doctor anyway. Dr. Evil style stuff. So they get there. The Euphrates is shot down. Bashir and Dax are on one side. Ro, Lauren, and Tyranitar are on the other side. They have a little adventure in the woods because it's kind of like a jungle planet. And then Bashir and Dax are captured by the main bad guy. And then he is basically Dr. Evil Goldfinger through the rest of the book. Like, he takes him through his secret lair. He tells him his big plan, like monologues about his big plan and how he's right because of the way he thinks, and tests Bashir and shows him all of his technology. Like, seriously, it is Dr. Evil's lair, right? I do like, though, that this is somewhat of, this is taking Star Trek and putting it into a spy James Bond style lens, and I thought it really worked. I thought it was fun. The book, I never thought that the book was like overly long in various points. There were some good ideas of Bashir fighting with his, is this person right? Should we be able to do what we want because we are augmented? Are we better? That affected his relationship with Dax, and that was really, really cool. The problem with that is it was all an act for the bad guy to make it look like Bashir was on his side. And Bashir didn't tell Dax that this was going on. So it was really weird because it just seemed kind of like, as it was going on, like, wow, this could be a really like big thing with them, and like really decide. Sorry, kept thinking I was like falling down here. Anyway, like, are they going to stay together? Does he really think this? A very good like character study for Bashir. And then it comes to find out, oh, I was just kidding with that to get on the bad guy's good side. I didn't really think any of that. That's fine. We're good, right? We're fine. So that was a little bit of a letdown. However, he did still kind of struggle with it towards the end, but I don't think it was mostly just, I was just putting on a show. We're good, right, Dax? So yeah, I thought that could have been handled better. There was an indigenous race that Ro had known when she was Maquis. That was going on. They did a lot of good development with Tyranitar, the Jem'Hadar that is staying at the station. They had a lot of good development with him. I really liked his subplot, even though I hated having to read his name because it reminded me of a dinosaur every time. And every time I probably talk about a book with Tyranitar in it, I'm probably going to mention that, just so you know. All that being said, I did like the book. You'll have to figure out what happens to the bad guy at the end. It's not exactly what you think. Let's just say that Bashir didn't win, but he didn't lose either. So yeah, that was interesting. I did like Abyss a lot, and that is the third novel I've read in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine relaunch series, and I can't wait to read my next book. I'll probably wait to read my next book. I'll read something else before that, but my next book is Air and Darkness, Demons of Air and Darkness. So really interested in that because I don't know if that had to do, I don't think it has to do with Jake Sisko in the wormhole. So I'm really interested in what that is about. So, yeah, and that's written by my man, Keith. I can never say his name right. Keith R.A. DiCandido. I'm sorry, Keith. I love your writing. I do. I just can't state your name. That being said, another Star Trek novel done. Keep reading, everybody. Thanks.